Dylan, kick us off with your interpretation of Immigrant Song. That's enough of that. Okay, so last credit here. Coming.
Why didn't Dylan ever re-edit the Thor trailer with him singing it?
Oh my god. You just gave me a wonderful idea.
Oh no.
Stop giving people ideas. Fuck.
Those people being Dylan. But yeah,
you!
Yeah, oh.
Darren was genuinely...
You were the one that had the bright idea to have him humming that song. The way he was humming it, it sounded more like the Wonder Woman theme. Fucking...
It's like a banjo.
That sounds like a very creepy fucking banjo. That's something you don't want to hear down like a dark trail or something.
Yeah, it's like the type of banjo like some guy without any teeth playing that you come across in the middle of the woods.
He's doing a fucking jig or something.
Your friend
I took his teeth. But, yeah, we're here. Why are we here again? Oh, yeah, we're doing we're doing a spoiler of Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok opened in theaters this weekend.
Darren, that's not what it's called.
Thor Ragnarok?
No.
Cut that part out.
Yeah, it's the 18th film in,
Midnight sun with a hot spring flow.
It's the 18th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the third film in the Thor franchise. This weekend, give our thoughts on it. I'm Darren Lacey Jr. I'll be your host today, and also here with Dylan Boyd. Dylan, how you doing? Good. We're also here with Will Abbott. Will, how you doing?
Did you say this was the third film in the Dora franchise?
Yes. Yes, I did. The third film
Did I
in the
miss
Dora
the first two, or what?
No. Like, she has been transitioning slowly into a adult blonde man.
Yeah, it's like
Loki no
it's like that movie.
Loki no swiping. Loki no swiping.
It's like that movie with Bill Cosby, Leonard Part 6. How they just skipped 1 through 5.
Yeah. You didn't see like the map and everything in the last films?
Okay.
Yeah. And we're also here with Miller Farrow. Miller, how you doing?
Good.
Cool, my computer's acting up. But, yeah, so we're just going to go through it. We're going to talk about stuff we liked, stuff we didn't like, maybe throw in the future of the MCU because of a certain end credit scene, and pretty much going to go through all that. Yeah, so, starting us off, Miller, what did you think of Thor Ragnarok?
Okay. Like, I was really looking forward to it because I like Tucky.
Who's dying?
The fuck was that?
I really like Taika
Waititi.
Uncultured swine.
Okay, I can remember.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he's a very talented director. I'm tired. I'm laying down. Just give me a break.
We don't all speak Hawaiian, okay?
I love the Academy Award-winning filmmaker. Damn it, wait, I fucked that up. Damn it. I meant to say director, not filmmaker.
But yeah, this movie has a lot of great things about it, but it's way too long, and a lot of the humor, it just feels like I had a similar experience watching this movie that I did to the 40-Year-Old Virgin, because the 40-Year-Old Virgin is too long, and like it just becomes like so raunchy to the point that you're just like, you don't even care anymore. This isn't really raunchy humor, but they just throw a lot of humor at you where you're just like, you just kind of become like, you're still laughing at it, and there are parts that are really funny, but it just sort of becomes too much.
And
Still
The director speaks again.
And Will, what did you think of Thor Ragnarok? What were some of the things?
I wonder how this is going to go.
What are some of the things you liked about the film?
Some of the things that I liked about the film, it was visually great. It was visually stunning. It looked amazing.
Okay, so can I say something? I'm tired of hearing the term visually stunning. Everyone fucking says it now, and it like has no meaning anymore. It's like the word masterpiece. It's so
Get
annoying.
over this all.
No.
Okay, so it's my turn. Shut up. Excuse me. So I thought the fight between Hulk and Thor was really great. I thought this movie had a lot of potential, but much like Miller, I think it was too long. And I think that some of the jokes were there because, we haven't had a joke in 5 minutes. Here, throw this in. I think if they'd cut out some of the dumber jokes and like shaved the movie by about 30 minutes, I think it would have been a much better film. I really didn't think that. Okay, there are two things that really, really jumped out at me as being like literally taking you out of the moment to have a joke. Okay, when Thor threw the ball at the window and it came back and hit him in the head, like in the middle of.
I love that too.
But in the middle of a sentence, and then he just gets back up and finishes his sentence, and it's like, but that was supposed to be like a rallying point, that slapstick bit takes you out of the moment.
Can I just jump off of that right quick? Because those are two. Because I agree with you in the first when Thor first shows up and he's fighting Surtur and he's like, "That's what heroes do," and his hammer doesn't come. That I agree. I apply to what you just said to that moment because I was just like that took me. I hated that because that really took me out of the tension. I think that should have been Thor's heroic moment because that's the first time we're seeing him on screen and how in his own solo movie in a few years. That took me out of the moment. But the funny thing is that ball moment, that didn't because to me, Thor's already kind of on his ass already. Like Hulk won't join his team, Valkyrie won't join his team, and then they throw a ball in his face. I didn't mind that one. Like, I'd actually really like that one.
Okay. If they'd have cut it though there.
Mm-hmm.
If they'd have cut it there, okay, I would get that. But the fact that he gets back up and then like finishes his sentence, like for me, it felt inserted. And the same thing when Hulk or when Banner jumps out of the spaceship, and you're hoping to see like in the Incredible Hulk. And I understand this was meant to kind of tease that scene in The Incredible Hulk a little bit. But he jumps out of the airplane as Banner, and you're expecting him to land as Hulk and start fucking shit up, and he just, like, falls on his face, and he's, like, dead for, like, 10 seconds, and then he turns into the Hulk. And it's like, come on, couldn't he just land? Like, that fucks up with the momentum of what was, going to be and ended up being a great action scene, and they just fucked with the momentum to put in a stupid fucking slapstick bit.
I don't think it fucks with the momentum because right after that, like everyone looks like right at him and they're like, "Oh, we're fucked." And then the wolf keeps coming at Heimdall and the civilians or whatever, and then Hulk comes up behind him and fucks up the wolf. So I don't think it really fucked up the moment. I think it would have been different if he would have jumped out of the plane and landed flat on his face, and then right after that became the Hulk. I think that would have fucked with the momentum. But I think because he lands on his face, and then it cuts back to Heimdall and the other people, and the wolf keeps coming. It builds up more anticipation, and then you see Hulk fuck up the wolf. I think it works perfectly.
And this isn't to say that all of the humor is bad. There has traditionally been humor in the Thor movies, and I don't have a problem with it. I just felt like in a lot of stuff that they were trying too hard, and I had similar feelings that I had with Doctor Strange. Like there's just points where you're at this point you're trying too hard.
Yeah,
I think the difference is that Doctor Strange is a somewhat drama action movie with comedy in it that feels forced, while this is entirely just a comedy movie. This is a straight up comedy movie.
Yeah, the only
but
moment.
It's not though. It's still an action movie, and I don't feel like there
I
are
said Doctor Strange
tons.
was a drama action movie. It's like a drama action movie.
Right, but there are tons of action comedies that mix it better than I felt Thor Ragnarok did. Green Hornet, Lethal Weapon,
Oh my God.
Rush Hour. There are a lot of action comedies, and there are a lot of even Marvel superhero movies that the humor is more better balanced, like in Spider-Man. There were just a lot of instances of just trying too hard for me.
Yeah, the only instance for me that I just felt like they were trying too hard was that hammer moment in the beginning. I was just like, that was the only moment where I've ever gone like, oh, this is a Marvel movie. But like that was the only moment. But everything else, I was just like, yay, it's funny.
I didn't like how they did the when Thor was chained up. I liked the joke the first time where it's like, sorry, gotta make my way around. But I didn't like how they did the second time. I thought that was annoying.
I kind of liked it because Thor's just not taking Surtur seriously. He's just like, I don't care what the fuck you are.
Yeah, but I mean, we got that the first time.
Yeah. But just before I move on to Dylan's thoughts, I just want to get from Miller, just quickly from Miller and Will, best joke, worst joke. Like, Miller, what was your best joke and worst joke from the movie?
Off the top of my head, I liked when Valkyrie came out of the ship.
Mm.
But I also liked when Thor threw the ball and when Hulk came out of the ship. So, at the end, and he didn't transform.
And then Will.
I don't know. I really laughed when Hulk came. When Thor was when the whole Quinjet sequence, I thought was really, really funny. I really liked that that Thor was trying to sign in and like he couldn't get the right password, and then it was Point Break, and he was like, "Damn you, Stark!" and then Hulk comes in and starts tearing shit up, and he's like, "Hulk, please stop breaking things." And then Banner signs in, and he's like, "Welcome, the strongest Avenger." Like that whole scene was just that was great. That was hilarious. I don't really know if I have a worse joke other than the two that I really mentioned. Those really kind of bugged the shit. Oh no, you know what? The worst joke was anything that came out of Korg's mouth. That rock guy. Oh my god, I hated that character so much.
No.
He was annoying on Jar Jar Binks' fucking proportion.
Darren, I didn't realize you asked the worst joke, but I'm honestly not sure.
Taika Waititi is a blessing to this world.
I'm gonna say. I was actually gonna say best joke is Korg at the end when he's holding Meek. He was just like, "Hey, Meek's dead."
Yeah,
oh my god, I hated that. Oh, everything about that character fucking annoyed me.
I love that. He was just like
we live in a world where Taika Waititi, or however the fuck you pronounce his name, okay, his best performance in a superhero movie is Green Lantern.
No.
We live in that world.
Yeah, I love that he was just like, Meek's dead, I stepped on him on the bridge. But yeah, and worst joke is a door.
Still can't believe he's in Green Lantern. That's so weird.
That was like so sad too. And then when Meek was alive, it was like, oh.
Yeah, but getting on to Dylan's thoughts.
Dylan, was Meek?
Oh my god.
Meek was adorable.
No,
Adorable.
he's a moving piece of fucking mud. What is wrong with guy? Just to let everybody know, Dylan and Miller think Godzilla's cute. So
he is.
He's fucking wrong.
He just wasn't strong.
We're talking about 2014 Aaron Taylor Johnson Godzilla, not like ugly ass Japanese version of Godzilla.
He's always been cute. Well, not always. Not always.
He's only cute in 2014.
Oh my. Okay, Dylan, thoughts on Thor Ragnarok? What did you think of the movie?
Anyways, I really fucking like this movie, and I was surprised. Well, I wasn't really surprised to the extent that I liked it because I was really excited for this movie. But I love that it knows what it is. It's not a Marvel movie that is trying to be a drama, action, and a comedy and trying to force all of those into one. It knows exactly what it is. Taika Waititi knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to make a comedy, and he made a comedy, and it's hilarious. It's so much fun. It's so colorful. And back to the funniest, to the best and worst joke thing. This is honestly my favorite joke in a Marvel movie ever. During the fight with Hulk, the Thor versus Hulk fight, when Thor beats the shit out of Hulk, and Hulk's laying on the ground, and Thor comes up to him and says, "Hey, big guy, sun's getting real low." I was laughing so hard. It was amazing. I was like, that is fucking perfect. And then every time Banner would start to get angry, he would say, "Sun's getting real low, sun's getting real low." And I was just like, that is perfect. And I love that this movie, you get to a point in Marvel where you eventually, you got to make fun of yourself, and this is what this movie does a lot. And I mean, they do it in the opening sequence, and from the opening sequence, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be incredible, because I love the first sequence. Every joke in it made me laugh, and I loved Surtur. He was great. For the very small portion of the movie. I actually thought he was going to be in a lot more of it because of how they played that out in the trailers, but I'd like to see him again in another movie. But in the first action scene in this movie, and then like the last one, both that use the Immigrant Song, is some of the two best action sequences I've seen in a comic book movie before. I was like, it was amazing. And but for my negatives of the movie, I think that it is a little bit too long. I think Thor spends way too much time on Sakaar. They felt like they drew that out a little bit too much. Yeah. And I think this movie would have benefited from a under 2 hour runtime. And another thing is that Thor's character from like the first scene in the movie, even though I do really like it a lot, Thor's character changes drastically from Age of Ultron to this movie, and I guess I don't know. It's a little bit odd and never really explain how he goes from like the more serious Avenger to the very jokey comedic. Well, I mean,
you got to think about it like in Age of Ultron, he was dealing with premonitions of destruction and death and vision. So I think he was just a little bit more.
He was also dealing with possibly the death of his entire world, his Asgard or whatever. There, buddy. I mean, and the death of his dad. So I mean.
Well, and that's another thing. I was reading about like the original Odin sequence. He was supposed to have been a homeless man in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
And like, walking around with tattered clothes and a shopping cart and babbling, and Taika Waititi decided not to do that because he said it was too tragic and it wasn't funny enough. Well, I'm sorry, but the death of Odin should have been tragic. And much like with the death of Professor X and Logan, I felt nothing.
Yeah,
I literally
felt
nothing.
Like Anthony Hopkins was just like, I don't give a fuck right now. I'm just going to die. Like, it's just like he really just did not care. He's like, sit next to me. Look at that. Look at that. That looks cool.
Like, I actually had to ask myself, I was like, wait a minute. Is Odin dead, or did he just go somewhere? Like, did he die just now? Like, what
he was obviously dead.
But
yeah, no. The rest of the movie makes it obvious, but the death scene doesn't make it that obvious.
The death scene makes it obvious.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
He just didn't seem like, look at that. That's my paycheck. I'm going to go get it.
Anthony Hopkins was just like, I want out.
And he seemed like he was having a lot more fun being Loki as Odin.
Yeah.
I think the editing is kind of weird too in some places, and it's very, very obvious that the thing that Odin's death scene was reshot, because I mean there's a scene. I mean, Kate Blanchett, Hela, her hair is like perfect, and her makeup is like perfect or whatever, and then Thor throws his hammer at her, and she catches it, and her hair is like all tattered and stuff, and her makeup's all creepy looking, and it's the shot from the trailer, and then in the next cut, her hair goes back to being perfect, and her makeup is just like perfect, and it's just very, very obvious that they reshot that entire.
I don't know that that's really necessarily a reshoot. I mean, maybe it is, But it could also have just been, really bad continuity.
Yeah. But
yeah, it was definitely not shot the same day.
Yeah. And but I really liked the city setting from the trailer a lot more than I did the island or whatever.
I like the island because Norway is where Norse mythology kind of birthed. So
I did get that. I see, and that was another thing. I was wrestling with: did I want to see him as a crazy old man, a crazy old homeless man, or did I want to see him going to Norway, to the center of where their entire religion was created?
Yeah.
To the place where Odin probably visited Earth, centuries ago, millennia ago.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of whatever. I just wish they'd have taken it more seriously.
I just wish Anthony Hopkins would have taken it more seriously. He didn't. He just didn't give a fuck.
Also, I love how by the end of this movie, the entire Thor trilogy comes full circle.
Yeah.
Thor
I think he has the
becoming
best
bad.
arc, better than Tony Stark. I think he has the best arc in the MCU. I really do.
I agree with that because he went from only wanting to be king. He went from only wanting to be king to being so humbled that he no longer wanted to be king to now he's the king.
And he just has to take it up, and then they're all going to die.
Yeah,
in Infinity War.
now he's the reluctant king. So he got what he originally wanted, but not in the way he originally wanted it. And everything, the entire journey from A to B to C, it all makes sense. Nothing felt out of place.
Yeah, honestly, the fact that he didn't get... I honestly thought he was going to get his hammer back in this movie. I'm like that they were just it's gone. He has to focus on something else. And I like the God of Thunder thing. He really has to... are you the God of Hammers or you're the God of Thunder? I like that.
It's kind of... I kind of love how Taika Waititi, he said that the Infinity War trailer does not spoil Thor Ragnarok. And it doesn't necessarily, but when you watch the Infinity War trailer and you watch the end of Thor Ragnarok, you know what the fuck went down.
Yeah, and you're just oh no.
They all.
Yeah, but the majority of people haven't seen the Infinity War trailer. So.
I just wonder how they're going to edit that. Are they going to edit it how they did with the new one, or are they going to just be you know what, maybe we should scrub that part out so people can be yay, they all made it. But just getting to some of my thoughts too, so quickly, just some of the stuff y'all didn't bring up, because most of the stuff y'all brought up I agree with or disagree with or whatever. But Hela, I really loved Hela.
I think she's good. She's just good. I think she's a little underused.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I could have used a lot more of her, but from what I got, I liked her spikes and everything. I liked her power, how you have to kill Asgard to kill her. I really liked that dynamic. She was just a really tough opponent. Cate Blanchett played it very cool. Miller, I know you hated that helmet. I loved it. I loved how Kirby. This movie is super fucking Kirby, and I just love how they pulled that off. I just like her power, her spikes, and everything. She was beautiful. She really played this part well. Valkyrie, Tessa Thompson was also magnificent. I want to see that team that Tessa Thompson was talking about. I want to see her, Gamora, Black Widow, and the Wasp teamed up. That would be really cool. She was just awesome, and I like how she was a drunkard and everything. She just played all that really great. And then her dynamic with the Hulk and with Bruce Banner was great too. Like Will said. And yes, Dylan, I want to say visually stunning.
Oh my God.
Visually tintillating. I don't fucking know. It was beautiful. This movie is the best looking Marvel movie yet. I love it. It's colorful.
Just say it has beautiful visuals.
It has beautiful visuals. It has avant-garde.
Dylan, the rest of the team is not going to change the way we talk to suit your hipster mentality.
Damn. It's not hipster. It's like I get tired of hearing people say, I hear so many people say visually stunning that I just get tired of it and I don't really take it as anything.
Why I get tired of hearing get it or all the dumb baby shit you say?
It's like people how people throw around the word masterpiece now, like everything is a fucking masterpiece.
Okay, fine, I'll rephrase it. It's stunningly visual.
It's not necessarily that I'm a hipster. It's just that the word doesn't
Beautifully
have much
stunning.
meaning anymore because of how much people use it.
But yeah, I'm glad that Marvel learned from that video of everybody giving them shit for their color grading, because they've really improved and come a long way. So yeah,
I
and
think
their
that's just
cinematography,
Taika Waititi.
it might just be Taika, but I mean Black Panther still looks pretty colorful too.
Yeah, but I mean, Ryan Coogler and Taika Waititi are more experienced directors than people like the Russo brothers. So.
Okay, but
They are.
I mean, Taika's made 3 films. The Russos, when they
Yeah,
came
the
in,
Russos made Me, You, and Dupree,
And
a
they
couple
worked on
episodes
television.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
fine.
Ryan
Alright.
Coogler's only made 2 movies, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Or 3 movies with Black
No,
Panther.
he made something else. He made Creed.
he made Creed and
Fruitvale
Fruitvale
Station.
Station, and that's it.
I
Yeah.
thought he made something else. Oh, okay. Well, either way, still, like, you get my point.
But yeah, I like the score. I like that they brought back Patrick Doyle's score. Yeah, just like I just really like this movie. The only things I really just didn't like, I didn't have a problem with the length and everything. It's just that one scene at the beginning that was just like, oh my fucking god. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I still really enjoyed Thor Ragnarok.
Oh,
I
and
think, go ahead.
Darren was telling me about this earlier, but the, what are they called? The Warriors?
Oh yeah,
The Warriors 3.
Yeah.
Were y'all surprised how quickly they dispatched them?
And unceremoniously, because again, it's like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, Zachary Levi and the other guy just get stabbed.
Oh yeah. I meant to bring that up. Yeah, poor Zachary Levi just fucking dies.
Like, oh,
But I
gonna
was
go to
saying-
DC, are we?
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
Kevin
he's so
Feige was
good
just
in
like,
DC.
guys, if you want to be in the rest of this franchise, we're coming out with this movie called Infinity War. We have everybody in there. If you guys want to be in there, we have these plastic knives. You have to dodge them. So go ahead.
Also, the post-credit scenes are some of the worst in the MCU.
I don't agree with that because I don't look.
I
like
didn't
the
even.
first
I didn't
one.
even stay for the second one. I was so
It's
like
nothing.
You don't have
out.
to. Yeah, you don't have to see this.
No. I knew what it was. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't stay for it because I was like, I'm not in the mood to see another joke. Okay, I'm leaving.
Even though I love Jeff Goldblum in the film, but I think it's nothing. The first one, though,
The best part
one's gonna
of
pay off.
that second post-credit scene is just Jeff Goldblum's voice.
I think the best part is him saying it's a tie, but
Yeah.
I think the first one's going to pay off, like we said with the opening of Infinity War. You can tell
Yeah,
by the
it's going
design of
to,
that
but
ship.
it just
You can tell that's Thanos, and he's just like, you have to Tesseract, you son of a bitch.
it's going to pay off, obviously, because they're all going to fucking die in Infinity War. But maybe that's what Mark Ruffalo was referring to when he said everyone dies. Anyways, it's obvious that it's going to pay off, but it feels very underwhelming from other.
Would you have rather them actually show Thanos?
I mean, yeah, I think if they showed Thanos, yeah, that would have been cooler. Yeah.
I think it was on the same level as the post-credit scene in the first Avengers when all you see is like the Chitauri is talking to Thanos, and then he just turns around.
Thanos there.
You probably
and that was
actually-
the
Right,
first-
right.
And that's
But
the
we've
first
seen
time you know
Thanos. We've
about
seen Thanos several times now. I think seeing just the ship and then ending on that kind of like to be continued note, I think that I don't know. It worked for me. I didn't have a problem
It
with
worked
it.
for me too, but when you bring up the Thanos thing, maybe they should have showed him one last, just to tell people who aren't in the know, like, this is what's happening next.
Everyone's
Well,
in.
and what's the last movie before Infinity War? Ant-Man?
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther.
That's terrestrial. So and that's going to be weird. Like after Black Panther, like a post-credit scene of Black Panther. We don't know what goes down, but like a post-credit scene of Black Panther, like I'm the spaceman. You know,
So
after they did
Ant-Man
this,
and the Wasp comes out before Black Panther?
after. Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out after
Infinity War?
Yeah, but the rumored plot is it takes place before, or it takes place before, a little while after Civil War, so it takes place before Spider-Man, or during.
I think
Spider-Man?
I think it's supposed to just take place like right before Infinity War.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be chronologically out of order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, and I don't blame them for doing that because whatever the fuck, if something happens in Infinity War,
It would be weird. It would
Yeah.
be weird to have an Ant-Man solo movie that takes place in the present day between Infinity War and Avengers 4.
Yeah,
So
'cause it's just like New York's gone, but we still have to do an adventure.
yeah.
But yeah, just to wrap this up, I don't think I have anything else to say. Do you guys have anything else to say on Thor Ragnarok?
I think it would be very cool if the post-credit scenes for like Black Panther was Thor's ship crashing in Earth.
Ooh, that's a good idea. And then like Idris Elba gets out, he's just like, "Haha, Samuel Jackson, I made it into the Black Marvel movie."
But yeah,
Is he gonna call him Samuel L.
Ragnarok is
Jackson?
good.
Huh?
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want.
Well?
Anyways, Thor Ragnarok. Good.
Oh, I do have one more question to ask you guys. Will, are you there?
Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
No.
Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
well then I'll ask him. Do you guys think he's going to get his hammer back? Like within the next 2 movies, is Thor going to get?
Yeah, I think I'll go with that.
I think he's going to, but I don't want him to.
I don't want him to either.
I like that this movie has a lot of consequences.
Yeah, and I like God of Thunder or Lord of Thunder or whatever the hell you want to call him. I like the whole entire lightning thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
it just looks beautiful.
It's awesome.
It's like God of
I
War.
just need his fucking hammer.
And I'll wait for a minute for Will.
I don't think it'll have anything to say about it.
I'm just gonna wait till 110. I'm just gonna 110.
For you, I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
But yeah, so Dylan, any more thoughts on Thor Ragnarok?
Thor Ragnarok, good.
Okay, baby, love baby talk. Miller, that's more baby.
You know
baby
what?
Talk.
You sound like the Hulk, Dylan.
Okay.
Hulk's so angry all the time. I don't know why. That was great. Hulk or Hulk like raging fire. But yeah, I really like this movie. It's one of the best. Marvel kicked ass in 2017. They introduced 3 movies that are all distinctly different and that all don't feel like episodes, and that was nice for me. So, yay Marvel, keep doing what you do. Great job. And Will, closing thoughts on Thor Ragnarok? Well, it was really silly and nonsensical, but I'm looking forward to the next one, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of it. There you go, right there.
Yeah, I heard. Oh yeah, Will, do you think Thor's going to get his hammer back?
I think he's got to at some point. How that's going to happen, when that's going to happen, who knows? But I mean, he's just got to. He's not Thor without it.
Oh yeah, one last thing. Sorry, where's the quickly? If you guys have it about last Infinity Stone, where do you think it is?
I don't know.
I'm going for Wakanda.
In Wakanda.
I think it's in Wakanda too.
Yeah, it's probably
That would make sense. It's the last movie.
Even
because
though
there's a battle in Wakanda and Infinity War.
Unless they find it actually in Infinity War, but I think it's in Wakanda, and I think it will probably be the Black Panther post-credit sequence.
yeah, even though I hate all of them being on Earth, whatever, I think it's in Wakanda. But yeah,
They're not all on Earth.
most of them are on fucking
They
Earth.
aren't all on Earth.
Most of them are. Like they found
No, the Tesseract was on Asgard.
yeah, but they brought it to Earth.
So they're gonna bring them all to
Dylan,
Earth
that's
when Thanos
originally-
gets them in the globe.
Well then, shit, I'm wrong.
Yeah, the one the Guardians have is coming to Earth right now. So
Okay, wait, hold on. But okay, so Vision has one. There's another one on Earth. I know.
Yeah,
Doctor
Vision
Strange has
probably
one.
died.
Doctor Strange has one. Vision has one.
The Tesseract is with Thor. The Guardians have one. And,
Well, the Ether was on Earth. The Ether was on Earth.
no, the Ether wasn't on her.
Yeah, it was.
Who cares?
Okay.
Oh
yeah,
wait,
okay.
was it?
I think it
No.
was. Jane found it, didn't she?
Yeah, but she found it. That was on what? I'm trying to think. Fuck.
Well, fuck, I'm wrong. Okay.
I can't
I'm sorry,
remember. I can't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, there's 2 on Earth, and the rest of them are scattered throughout the cosmos. So
The Ether was in the Ether was in the post-credit scene for Guardians,
Yeah,
right?
he has it. The Collector has
No,
it
he was in the
now.
post-credit scene for...
Thor. Yeah, but the Collector has it now, but it was found somewhere else. Whatever. I don't know. Look it up, guys. It's on Google. But yeah, Darren.
Oh, that was the last time we saw with Jamie Alexander was when she dropped out that Infinity Stone.
Yeah, and then she skipped death.
Yeah.
But yeah, bye.